Hey there, it's Matt once again. Welcome back to another review for a film that I guess this would be a rant, and that is Detention. It's Die Hard in a school. Dolph Lundgren was part of Special Forces. There's a mission. He rescues a bunch of kids, but one of the bad guys gets one of the kids. His team pulls him out because he can't get to her because the building's ready to get blown up, and it does. Cut to the current time. He's a teacher of phys ed and I think history. It's his last day. He's going to go off with his girlfriend, who's another teacher. He sends in his notice. But some kids, they did some horse shit, so the principal goes, okay, fine, it's your last day. You don't help with detention class. Dolph doesn't like that, but he has to do it. Meanwhile, these bad guys, for some stupid fucking reason, which I don't understand why, something to do with drugs, and they fuck up this police vehicle, and it's got drugs in it, and then they're waiting for a helicopter that's going to be on the roof. They decide to pick a school to do their operation and get this stuff and wait on the rooftop. As if there's no other place. There's no other buildings, empty warehouses. No, a fucking school, which is such a dumb fucking idea. I'm sure there's other ways you can have a Die Hard in a school. Hell, Toy Soldiers with Sean Astin. And Louis Gossett Jr. did that better. And I do think that's a better movie than this. Although I would take this over fucking something like Masterminds. Everyone remembers that movie with Patrick Stewart. Because at least, other than that fucking kid, I can't remember. He was shitty, though. At least this has Dolph. And there's a couple of decent moments of action I don't mind. Handled by Sidney J. Furie. Guy gave us Iron Eagle, The Taken Beverly Hills, both films I enjoy. He worked with Dolph again a few times, including, I think, Direct Action, which I enjoy much more than this. But this one, Dolph's not the problem. A little bit of a different role where he's, just to play a teacher, at least for a little bit. Before he goes into class, there's this guy with a gun trying to punk out Dolph. What are you? You teach poetry, right? And Dolph's like, no, I'm a phys ed history. This is phys ed, punches a guy, grabs the gun, and you're history. Get out of there. Yes, that is a line. But it's not that bad compared to some of the really shitty lines of dialogue, especially by the villains. And that's another thing wrong with this. The villains are pretty damn bad. I mean, there's like 4 people only. 5 if you add this turncoat dirty cop who Dolph knew from way back in the day. That's not enough. There should have been plentiful bad guys. Hell, I would rather watch Demolition High with Corey Haim. Even that had a bit... There's problems with that too, but that had a little bit more entertainment value compared to this. With the... Did I say Corey Feldman? I meant Corey Haim. If I said Feldman, I made a mistake. I meant Corey Haim. Demolition High, and then there was a sequel, Demolition University, which I barely remember that one. Both action films with Corey Haim. But I was talking about dialogue, like the main villain. Granted, he's trying to have a personality, and you tell he's trying to have fun with the role, but it's pretty over the top to the point I'm sure it can annoy a lot of people. And some dialogue that he says, like, oh, it's like a temp agency for midget criminal minds. I'm like, what? Or there's another one where his girlfriend, this Euro trash lady with pink hair, and these two Eurotrashed fellas. The four of them are trying to get to these students in the school, in the area that they do the stage plays at. And they're shooting at each other. And he tells one of his people, Victor, shoot them in the bum. I am not joking. The main villain literally tells someone, shoot them in the bum. Shoot them in the bum. Victor, shoot them in the bum. Our main villain, folks. Of course I should have realized because the villain is named fucking Chester. How scary can you get from a villain whose name's fucking Chester? I have nothing against people whose name Chester. But if you write a script, don't name your fucking villain Chester. Except maybe Batman Returns, where the Penguin's real name is like Chester Cobblepot, something like that. Which if you don't do that, that's done a lot better than here. So sorry, Chester. I don't buy you trying to beat Dolph. And the kids, you get a pregnant teen, which why do we need a whole pregnancy teen thing in here? It just drags the film down in scenes of, oh, I can't move because I'm pregnant. Oh, I gotta sit down. Hey, why don't you try squeezing a watermelon out? Oh, do we need this in the movie? You have one kid who's the father, but he doesn't want anything to do with it until later on in the film, where he changes his mind. You have this white guy who is a chicken shit, but then he grows some guts. You have this other guy, which he had a jersey on. I didn't mind him. So, of course, he's one of the ones that dies at the end. I thought he was alright. And then, also in the school, you have this kid on a motorized wheelchair, which is funny, because there's a moment where literally this kid in a motorized wheelchair is outrunning a guy on a motorcycle. Here's a bad guy on a motorcycle going through the school hallways, chasing after this kid, and this kid is outrunning him on his fucking wheelchair. So apparently wheelchairs are as fast as a motorcycle. But I mean, yeah, there's dumb stuff in a lot of action movies I enjoy, but sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Here, I said there were a couple moments I didn't mind. Now I'm trying to remember. Oh, but okay, there's a moment where Dolph and this one kid, they make this little death machine type of device, and they both go into this room, and it's like a little shield thing with some stuff to impale people, and they impale one bad guy with it. There's a moment where Dolph, the dirty cop, thinks he killed Dolph. Dolph opens his eyes, comes up with the machine gun, shoots the dirty cop. Practical blood squibs, nice usage of slow motion. Really good practical blood squibs. That was a satisfying moment. And the dirty cop, before he died, said, you know, when he thought he killed Dolph, "You're a dead teacher and I'm a beat cop." And then when Dolph shoots him, he goes, "Yeah, now you're a deadbeat cop." I don't mind that line. At least the way Dolph said it. Compared to the other lines, I could deal with that. Even at the end, there's a real helicopter, and Dolph takes the fucking bad guy and uses him as a shield, and the guy in the helicopter shoots that bad guy. And then Dolph throws him off the roof, and then Dolph shoots the helicopter. The helicopter is going apeshit and crashes. Explosion. That wasn't that bad of a moment. There's a scene where one of the kids gets a car from the car shop, crushed through the wall, is driving through the school. So there's some nice little decent bits of action. I've seen much cheaper movies. Some practical explosions and blood squibs. But I like the idea of Dolph as a teacher and a diehard in a school scenario, but there should have been a better setup for why it's a diehard in a school setting. It should have been, I mean, I don't know. I'd have to think about it for a minute or two. I won't waste your time on that. But yeah, Toy Soldiers did that. I thought much better, like I mentioned. Some stronger villains. I'm trying to think how all the villains die. One they impale. Well, the other Dolph threw some stuff on him, and the pink lady girl was shooting, and things blew up. The one guy in the jersey has the wheelchair kid on his shoulders, is running at the girl because she's going to press the button to, because the school's been set up with C4. So the guy goes out there, the girl gets shot, but is able to let the wheelchair guy stab the female villain in the neck. And then, like I said, on the rooftop, our main bad guy tries to have a fight with Dolph, which you don't buy, and Dolph beats the fuck out of him, uses him as a shield. But it's just, I didn't care about the kids for the most part. I found them rather annoying, irritating. Like I said, the villains aren't much to run home about. The action, there's a couple of decent action scenes, but I could do with more action, which that's why I would want more bad guys instead of just 4 or 5 with the dirty cop. Have like a dozen. There's a lot more Die Hard type of movies better than this, whether it be Under Siege, whether it be Cliffhanger. Hell, Deadly Outbreak with Jeff Speakman, that's a direct-to-video film. Again, some of the weird pieces of dialogue, and the guy who plays the villain is trying too hard. Again, I wouldn't call him boring. Like I said, he has a personality, but it didn't really work out the best. And either you're a guy that's still going to give this a shot because it's Die Hard in a school with Dolph Lundgren, and you're already going to find a way to watch it, or you've already seen it. If you like the film, to each their own. There's much worse Dolph Lundgren films. Much, much worse. But there's a lot of better ones. The Defender, for example. The Russian Specialist. Or Command Performance, which is another Die Hard type of movie, but Dolph Lundgren directed that. And Command Performance, if you want to see Dolph in a Die Hard type of situation, watch Command Performance. He's fucking killing people with guitar drums, not guitar, with drumsticks, and he kills another guy with a piece of guitar. That's why I got them mixed up. So one guy he stabs with a broken piece of guitar, the other with a drumstick. Watch the hair, dude. Fucking dying is easy. Rock and roll is hard. That film knew how to do it. This film, maybe I don't know. Even Sidney J. Furie with Dolph, direct action, it has a couple problems, but I really enjoy that film. That's a movie that definitely has a lot more of the pace action that I would have wanted in this. Again, direct action has some issues, but overall I do enjoy that film. A lot more than this. Or hell, you want to talk about school? The Principal with Belushi and Louis Gossett Jr. I enjoy that flick. I think that's a better film than this. And any of the substitute films, both with Tom Berenger and the sequels of Treat Williams. Those are films where it deals with action and in a school, let alone Class of 1984, Class of 1999, which is sci-fi with robots, cyborgs. There's many other action films that take place in the school that you can watch. I reviewed Class of 1999. That's a great movie. I wish Dolph was in that kind of movie. That would have been awesome. And again, like the substitute, any of the substitute films I would put over this. So yeah, this is a disappointing flick. Feel free to give it a watch though. Like any movie I review, give it a watch for yourself. Make up your own mind. But don't, if you end up not liking it, don't say I didn't warn you. But thanks for watching. Take care. And we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.